Hey guys, it's Vince. Today in this video we are going to be discussing a long requested product, and that is pre-wired GX16 panel mount connectors. Now, not only are these pre-wired using silicone wire, which is the same silicone wire I use on my systems, but they also come filtered with the proper ferrites installed. Now again, these are 12-inch leads, and the reason I went 12 inches, this will support most systems as far as how you're going to install them. The only thing, of course, you must use care when you install them because you naturally don't want to chafe any of the wires. But I always get asked, why do I use silicone wire? And I think it's pretty obvious why. The flexibility factor is just insane. As far as ferrites, I chose the two best names, which are Genuine TDK and Kemet, and that's what we have here. Now, of course, the 5-pin GX16 we have here, this would be allocated for use for motor connections. And when I say motor connections, if you're building a pro-grade system with, again, an individual drive format, you're going to find these are going to be your best friend. Again, it'll save you a lot of time in doing 5-pin outs as far as doing the soldering. On top of that, the 5th pin on the 5-pin connector is allocated to green, and the 3rd pin on the GX16 3-pin panel mount is allocated to green. And the reason that is those are allocated to your shield drain. Most systems will be using 4 of the 5 pins. The 5th pin is to be allocated to your shield drain on your double shielded cables. Now, that being said, I also wanted to complete these. They always come with dust covers and should always come with dust covers. I see them being sold without them, and I don't understand why. Again, these would go inside the back, and you would just slide it over. And then once you slide these on, of course, they just fold over. You can see right here how they go, more or less just like this. You can see, and then this would come on the back side. In order to install these, of course, you'd have to run this, remove your ferrites, and just run it up and then attach it, and you'd be all set. But again, it's an option for you to use. I recommend using the dust covers. I love them in the shop. It just keeps everything nice and neat. But again, ferrites, we've got 2 allocated positions on the cables. Now again, if you cut these shorter, you don't need 2 ferrites. If you actually go longer, in terms of my guys out there, because I get a lot of questions on that, if you're not using these and you were to go longer, you'd need more ferrites. These are only for internal wiring inside your enclosure. This gives you filtered connections, and it eliminates the need to use shielded cables, which again, using the silicone gives you maximum flexibility, which is what we're all after, simplicity and flexibility. So what does that mean to you? Most of my guys out there that want to build their own system, you guys now have the option to get the Master Edition enclosure. You can see the back plate here all milled for the GX16s. You would just tell me how many of these you want to actually go with, and you can install them yourselves. The only thing you'll have to do is terminate the opposite end, of course. Other than that, all the work is basically done. They're insulated. Everything is set there. As far as the pin out, I'm going to see if I can get this on camera. Again, we are shooting in high def. I believe it's 4K. Pin 1 is blue, pin 2 is red, pin 3 is black, pin 4 is yellow, and pin 5 is green. And that's on the 5-pin. Now on the 3-pin, I'll come over here, I'll do the same thing. You can see what we've got. I'm trying to see if I can get these actually in the picture. And you can see 1 is blue, 2 is red, and 3 is green. So again, real simple to use. If you're not familiar with GX16s, you can see this nut on the back. It just removes this one right here, and then you have a lock washer, and this would just come off, and you would simply drill out your hole, which would typically be 16 millimeters, and just mount it in, and you'd be all set as far as actually mounting it. I mean, these are very simple to do. But more importantly is the fact that I've gotten asked numerous times, how much is it to install this accessory? How much is it to install that accessory? And what usually happens is guys realize that, you know, the most precious thing I offer is my time. I wanted to make it so you guys can do this yourself, and again, save you an abundance of money. Typically I charge between $70 and $90 per accessory. In this case, these will be much cheaper than that, and it will offer you the ability to do it yourself, and all the major work is done. If you are doing an IDS system, which a lot of my clients are doing now, you will find these are going to save you an abundance of time, especially when you actually include my pre-made 18 gauge double shielded motor cables with the GX16 5-pin female connectors on each end, because essentially then your motor cables are built and your motor connectors, as far as the pass-through to from the chassis backplate to the drive, is already built and filtered. So basically, like I said, all you're doing is terminating these ends, and on most systems you can either do as I do. I like to just tin them really well. They come out beautiful, or you can use ferrules. I have guys doing that, or solder on ferrules. I've got guys doing that as well. But overall, the time savings is immense. Absolutely immense, especially when we pair them up with the proper ferrites. You guys are golden. So again, a very, very, very long desired component, especially in this industry. There's very few cables like this at all made, and especially none made with silicone wires. Again, the silicone wire rating on the 5-pin, we've got 18 gauge leads, and again, these are 300 volt rated to 200 degrees Celsius. I think you can see that on the camera. There we go. Really, really nice leads. And again, here we've got the 20 gauge leads, and the 3-pin GX16s are designed for accessories, so that's why we went with 20 gauge. I get that question a lot. Why are we using a smaller gauge on the 3-pin? Well, 3-pin is typically for relays, switches, things of that nature. But again, being pre-wired and filtered, it's pretty much a no-brainer if you're really looking to cut time back and you still want a pro-grade system with all of the features of doing it right in terms of actually using a shielded filtered cable. You're basically set to go. So again, guys, I hope that this video has been helpful. If you guys have custom requests, I get that a lot. Can I get 5 of the 3-pin and 3 of the 5-pin? Whatever you need, let me know. If you don't see it in a listing, contact me first. I can definitely accommodate you. These have been, once again, on the drawing board for quite some time. They're very simple to use, and you can see why. And again, all the hard work is done for you. So the main thing here is you let me know what I can do to accommodate you. Right now, I typically will only have the 3 and 5-pin in stock. These are the most sought after to really eliminate a lot of the system building. I've had a couple clients ask for 4-pin, but again, most systems are always going to require a 5-pin, even if your motors are bipolar, which are typically going to be 4-lead, because of the fact the 5th pin will always be allocated to ground. So I get questioned a lot, why aren't you using the 4-pin? Now you know why. So again, everything here laid out. You message me direct, storm2313@gmail.com. Message me with questions, quotes, whatever you guys need, and I'll do my best to get back with you as soon as possible. To my subscribers, I love you guys. I hope the video has been helpful. One other point I want to make out real quick is that if you guys want the Master Edition enclosure, because I actually offer this in 2 formats now, I offer it with the relay and other accessories for the G540, and I also offer it without, and just the GX16 panel mount ports like this, but they're not wired. Now you've got the option to add the wired options. So if you want to do that, that'll really shorten your build down tremendously and give you virtually all the options. So just message me on that, and I'll do my best to accommodate you. Once again, if you have to contact me, storm2313@gmail.com, or message me direct in my eBay store, eDealers Direct. Thank you for your support. Take care.